Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you so much for everyone who is joining us. I know there was a confusion in time zone, but we are here to support you all and to have our session in this beautiful rainy morning in Toronto today. So I will introduce my team and everyone who will be here today to guide you through all these exciting updates that we have for Yorkville University and Toronto Film School. So starting with myself, I'm Juliana, Associate Director of the International Admissions. It's a great pleasure to be here, welcoming you all to these sessions and collaborate with all of you. So I'm going to pass to Shreya.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. It's so good to have you here. I'm Shreya. I've been supporting many of us in terms of Southeast Asia, and so good to have you here. It's going to be a wonderful session.
Thank you, Shreya. Jade?
Hello, everyone. My name is Jay. Thank you so much for the time today and also the support you were devoting to us. I focus mainly from the mainland China marketing and also from Africa and also helping the other markets as well. So if you need any support from us, we will be here to support you as always.
Thank you, Jade. And Patricia?
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining this very exciting webinar. I'm glad to be here with you and our team. My name is Patricia, and I'm the face behind partner support. So we might have emailed or talked over the phone. So as always, we're here to support you. And yeah, we're excited for the updates to come. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Patricia. So today our main focus is to bring support in terms of the new incentives, fee reductions that we have now, because as you all know, Yorkville University, we are flexible, accelerate, accessible, and we want to ensure the students have the opportunity to go on their next step into their career. And that's one of the reasons that we are here to really support our students and especially our partners. So we want to provide you with options so then we can give students specific pathways to join bachelor programs or even our master program. Okay, without any further ado, so we are going to start. And in case you have any questions, I would like you to please put those questions in the Q&A box. At the end of the session, we are going to answer those. And we are also going to share our email in case you have any questions. You're not sure who is your content manager, who you should be connecting with as your advisor. So we will share that as well, and we are here to support you. So let's start. This is really exciting, and I think there's a lot for us to learn today and see how together we can help our students to have a specific opportunity to join Yorkville University and Toronto Film School. So exciting program updates and incentives. I'll invite Shreya to talk about our agenda first.
Yes, very important. What is it that we are going to look at today? So primarily today's webinar, as Juliana mentioned, is to update all of you with regards to our fee updates, program highlights, and of course, our partner incentives. So very exciting. So let's go through tuition reduction on our selected bachelor programs, which will be followed by our tuition deposit updates. Very important because this is something we need to communicate to all of our students. And how do we have flexibility and what are the updates regarding that on MBA conditional admissions? Because this is a question we have been getting from a lot of our partners. And then we will wrap up today's session with an exclusive year-end partner incentive. So more on that. Back to you, Juliana.
Thank you so much, Shreya. So we will start with our main signature program, which is the Bachelor's of Business Administration. So let's look into what is new. What is that we have now for the BBA program in Ontario and in BC. So to support our students, we are reducing our tuition fee. So from $83,760, now 10 terms to complete a bachelor's program with Yorkville University, students will be paying 59,000 Canadian dollars after all bursaries are applied. So that's going to be term investment of 5,900 across 10 terms, which means every term is 3 months. Every 3 months, students will be paying 5,900. So it's around a savings of 24,760. It is huge. We really want to support students to take their bachelor's program And York University is here to provide that option for the students. So for Ontario students only, because we have the project management specialization that is in Ontario, and the way that the program is done is very robust towards the project management. And the students, they still have spots available for Ontario programs. So we would like to support them to join us in Ontario, and then their tuition deposit from October intake and January intake from $3,500 is going to be $1,000. And the remaining fees they will have to pay before they start classes on a payment plan, which they're going to be able to select as soon as they are registered for classes. So students coming, they will be paying 59,000 Canadian dollars for the BBA program in Ontario, and then they will be doing 1,000 tuition deposit. Students going for BC campus, the $3,500 will remain, given the factors of all seats that we still have available for BC. So we have a few spots, but then the tuition deposit for BC campus will remain the same. So some of the advantages of our BBA program, it is that the students can finish the 4-year bachelor's program in 2.5 and continue to be eligible for up to 3 years post-graduation work permit. So if you think about it, $59,000 for 2.5 years, it's huge. And it is something that students can afford. So this is what we really want to help the students to come for the BBA program. So ideal for students who are mainly looking forward in business, especially if they want to take that career on project management or any other specializations that we have in Canada, and also take the advantage as these are global specializations where they can work from any part of the world. So this is our biggest update for the BBA program in Ontario and in BC. Following with that, we have our Bachelor's of Interior Design, which is hosted in Toronto campus. And we also have a very generous bursary for students coming from the BID program. So the tuition reduction from $66,000, $690 will be for $46,000. So it's $20,000 of savings, allowing students to take their next step in the interior design career with York University. So the same thing, Ontario BID students, they will also have a tuition deposit reduction from $3,500 to $1,000. So students coming for October intake and January intake, as long as their tuition deposit is received in 2025, they will be able to pay $1,000 to continue with their next steps towards the program. The BID is also now with 130 credits, allowing students to finish as few as 2.5 years and be eligible for up to 3 years post-graduation work permit. So those students who are looking into the design industry and want to build a portfolio, sorry about the this error here, this program will be the best one to guide them and lead them towards the interior design. Looking into our next update, so our newest program that is coming in January 2026, the Master of Business Administration, the MBA in Ontario. So let's look at these updates. There are a lot of things for us to unpack here. So no GMAT is required as official requirement before students start the program. However, there might be some specific cases where the committee may request that. But as of now, we can submit the packages for the pre-assessments. If the students need to take GMAT, as long as they book the GMAT, we know they are going to take and they provide the results 3 weeks before the intake, the students would be able to continue with their next steps in the admission. Some cases, specific cases, when the committee really needs to have that assessment before, they may request this in advance. But the majority of the students will be able to have this condition on their admission. Same will go for the WES evaluation. So students can provide all their documents for the pre-assessment. The committee will revise those documents, and getting the pre-approval, students will continue to move forward on the next steps, but they will have to provide the WES within 3 weeks before their intake starts. For GMAT and WES, in case students need to provide, it must be received in 3 weeks before the intake, so we can register the students for the classes. If we don't receive those conditional, then the students will not be able to be registered, and then they'll have to defer for the next intake. So the MBA program is designed for both business and non-business background students. So this is one of the flexibility that we have in our MBA program, allowing students from different backgrounds to take that opportunity and complete an MBA. For students coming from non-business degree, they'll finish the program in 20 months. Students coming with a business degree, they will finish the program in 16 months, and they will be eligible for up to 3 years post-graduation work permit upon finish the MBA. So we also have a very affordable tuition for our MBA program. We can look into the website if anyone has questions at the end, but we also have the bursaries available for students coming from the MBA. So $10,000 prorated bursary, and will be $8,000 for students coming with a business background. So these are the main updates on the MBA program. Let's look now into our incentives. So it's not only to help the students to take the next steps, but also to have our partners to be more successful. So we have now the incentives that started on August 15th. I'm sure all of you received the email from Patricia on the partner support. And what does that mean is, for students that we are receiving the 3 tuition deposits across all programs we have from Yorkville University, both campuses in Toronto and Vancouver, and for Toronto Film School. So that will also count on Toronto Film School programs. So as long as we receive 3 tuition deposits, then the partner will be eligible for $500 extra bonus. So you will have 3 tuition deposits, which means $500. After the 3rd tuition deposit, so then there is an addition of $150 that will be topping up on that specific number. So this will be for our partners who are sending us the tuition deposits before October 31st. Passing October 31st, those partners who have sent the students and the students have paid the tuition deposit, then they are going to be evaluated to have the extension until the end of the year to continue with the incentive. So what we want us to work together at this point is, how can we support you to convert that student? What are the initiatives that we can do together to bring that in a way that we can bring more students and also help the students to complete the tuition deposit? So we are going to discuss some of this in the next slides here. And for Toronto Film School, we also have partners who are working with the diploma side. And the Toronto Film School, it is a co-enrollment with the Bachelor's of Creative Arts, which then allows the students to finish a diploma in 18 months plus a degree in 2 years, so 3.5 in total. And then the students are eligible for up to 3 years post-graduation work permit. For Toronto Film School, we also have a tuition reduction. So instead of paying $7,000, students coming for October and January intake will be able to pay $4,500. Again, they will have to have the payment plan where they're going to be paying the remaining fees before they start the program. So the first day of classes, the payment plan will be running, and then that specific portion will be deducted on the first day. And that will happen for all the other programs as well. So we have a lot of incentives here to support students, to support all of our partners, and in different programs. So we have a way to cater every single niche market with their specific interest. They want to come for the creative side, we have the Toronto Film School. They want to get a PGWP, we have the pathway with the BCA. They want to get into business, we have the BBA. They want to get into the design, we have the Bachelor's of Interior Design. They want to level up their skills and come for the MBA program, they will have that specific option as well. So we have across campuses, across all our programs, all incentives, opportunities, and different ways to support the students. So what are we summarizing as advantages now? When we look at Yorkville University advantages, why would our students decide to come to study with us? So we are a Canadian degree, And we have presence across Canada. We have our campus in New Brunswick, which is for online programs, but it has started since 2004 and has a great reputation, which has come to the other campuses as in Toronto and in Vancouver. The students coming from on-campus program, they are eligible for PGWP up to 3 years on the bachelor's program and on the MBA. We have multiple start dates for flexibility. So depends on where your students finish their education, there is always a chance for them to join in many times throughout the year. We have small size classes, which allows more personalized attention. So we don't want the students to be just a number. We want them to have a transformation through education. That's what we provide here at Yorkville University. Our faculty, they are not only academic theory, they come with a background and they are actively working in the industry, bringing all the experience and everything the students need to know, bringing them to different events, fairs, everything that takes them to experience and understand how to apply the knowledge that they are learning in their education. We also have the option to fast track, so they can finish 4 years bachelor in 2.5 and an MBA if they have a business degree in 16 months, which is really good for them. We have bursaries for all programs across Yorkville University and Toronto Film School. So there are different bursaries available, there are different requirements available, and we are trying to be as much as flexible to support all students as well. So we also have career service that we know is very, very important for international students to place themselves into the industry, to understand the market, to get ready and prepared to go and have that specific job and career they were looking for. So they have that support while they are studying and 6 months after they finish the program. So there's a lot at Yorkville University that can provide the students with the benefit of their good studies and also extra support. So what is the call for action that we want all of us to be engaged and together today? So we want to empower the students and empower your success. For some reason, my S is missing here. And there are a couple of things that we can do together. So we can promote the new tuition savings and give the students the chance to start their next step. We can maximize your incentives by closing 3+ incentives before October 31st. So that will help you and your team on the incentive portion. And then we have here my incredible admissions team, really eager to help you on any incentives that you need. You need to do a webinar. If you are in Toronto, you want to do in-person event with us in our campus. We have Toronto Film School campus. We have Yorkville University campus. You want to have a campus tour. You want to have a virtual campus tour. We are all here to support you. So you can connect with us. We can brainstorm different ideas. We can also talk to your students via Zoom in a one-on-one along with your members, so then they have the assurance of what to expect from our programs and how they can take the next steps. So I will open up for questions. I see that we have some hands that were risen throughout the presentation, but that feature is not working. So if you could please put the question on the Q&A, we are going to be more than happy to answer them all here. So Shreya, I think we have some questions.
Yes, let me read this out. So the first question is from Romario Tefera. And the question reads, are we going to be eligible for the $500 CAD bonus even if the students do not enroll after they pay the tuition deposit?
Very valid question. So when the students pay the tuition deposit, that means their admission process has been completed. The students completed, they are enrolled into the program, they paid the tuition deposit, they received the PAL and the LOA, and they're going to apply for the study permit. So all the commissions and the incentives will be paid with the assurance that those students are coming for the program. It's not only pay the tuition and then not coming for the program. Again, we as an university, we want them to go through their pathway to be successful. We don't want students just to come, pay, and disappear. That's not what Yorkville University is aiming for. We really want to transform that student's life. So they will have to start their program, and that's why the incentive will be claimed along with the commissions. because we will follow under the same criteria for the commission. So once the students are 30 days in classes, they started, they are progressing, they are doing well, that's when we are going to be able to add all the incentives, and you are going to be able to claim for that.
Perfect. Done. So let's go to the next question. So we have this question from Toria Laitanen. They say that our BBA project management program is delivered online. If students from Afghanistan and Iran would like to come to Toronto to attend and complete their online studies while being present in Canada, will the visa officer consider this and cooperate in issuing a study visa? Yes.
Very important question. So let's clarify two sides here. We, as a university, and we've been running online programs delivery for more than 20 years. So we are pioneer on online delivery. However, for international students who want to come to Canada, they have to be enrolled in our own campus program. If they want to take the online program, there is no problem. They are more than welcome, but they'll have to start the program, let's say in Afghanistan or Iran, and complete the program without leaving the country. If their goal is to come to Canada, then they have to be enrolled in our own campus program, be admitted, pay the tuition deposit, receive the PLOA, along with the LOA, apply for the study permit, wait for the study permit to be approved, and then fly to Canada to start their program in person on campus. That's how the two programs are different. It's the same program, only the method of delivery is different. And then there are different requirements, depends on what is the focus and goal for that specific student.
Perfect. Thank you.
And just one important point here, Shreya, the bursaries and all the incentives are applied for own campus program because we want to empower international students to come to Canada. So everything is applicable for on campus.
Brilliant. Thanks for clearing that. Onwards to the next question from Hima Sunindran. These are all about the tuition fee and incentives. Can you explain the eligibility requirements for international students? I'm assuming Hima intends to understand the admissions requirements for programs. Hima, would you like to take that, Juliana?
I would like just to have a clarification, Hima, what we are looking for, because the tuition fee and incentives, they will be applicable for our partners once the students pass the admission process and then they pay the tuition deposit and they are now applying for the study permit and coming to study into the program. They are in class for 30 days. When you claim your commission for that student, you will also be able to claim the incentives. If you have passed these 8 weeks that we have now, minimum 3 tuition deposits with students, then you are going to be able to claim that later. Admissions requirements for each program will be something specifically. So if you can clarify that for us, we can also clarify here. We have the website and then the team can just explain those.
I just entered it. Yes, I just entered it, Hima. So in case you'd like to maybe visit the eligibility in order to how to enroll students, please click on the link that I've provided you. Otherwise, you can feel free to reach out to Juliana if you'd like guidance on a specific program or about a specific case. Perfect. So moving on, I'm going to address what Romario is saying here. We have one case before this. The student got his study permit but did not enroll. Do you want to maybe defer this, Juliana, to Patricia or yourself? Please take it ahead.
Yeah, Patricia, maybe you can clarify what is the commission process for our partners to claim and when they are eligible and not eligible to receive the commission.
Thank you for that question. First of all, a partner is eligible to receive commission when the student meets the eligibility requirements, which is 1, they have stayed in class and have satisfactory attendance for more than 30 days. And then secondly, that they have paid their tuition. So if these 2 things are done, then the student will be eligible for commission and the partner can claim commission. And commission varies, of course, from program to program. So your specific case, please reach out to me and I'd be more than happy to look into it for you as well.
Wonderful.
That answers the question.
Awesome. And Patricia, Juliana, maybe if it's a good idea to link in the email ID also so that they can reach out to you and get their
Yes.
questions answered. Thanks for that.
Absolutely.
Moving on. We have Arun here asking for an eligibility for a master's degree from India. So I think just to clarify, is this student wanting to pursue an MBA with us? Is that what you mean, Arun? Maybe we could just get some clarification and I can enter in the MBA program eligibility here. Just in case you come up with any clarification, let me know. And what I'm going to do is going to the next one. Language certificate acceptance for admission. So Arun, I think that's exactly what you meant with regards to English eligibility. Please go through the link that I've shared. If you still have questions, you can always follow up.
Just one note here, Shreya.
Yes.
After we answer all the questions, maybe we can just go through the MBA requirements because I
Of
see lots of
course.
questions on the MBA.
Yes.
We can clarify some of the requirements, admissions requirements, the two pathways, and the tuition. So we can cover that in 5 minutes at the end of the presentation.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We can definitely do that. I think it will take care of most of the concerns here because, of course, MBA is a hot topic right now. So we're very happy that you have so many questions about this. And I think we have a request about getting the presentation video recorded. Juliana, if you want to take that.
I will make sure that we get the recording and share with our partners who attended.
Good, good. That shows that we're excited. We want to engage with the product. I'm very happy. And then we have another question. Could you please name a few full in-person programs or on-campus ones? Also, is the BBA project management program offered on campus for international students? Do you want to take this?
Yes, let me share my screen and then I'll walk us through the website and how we can understand the information that we have there. So I think this is going to be very helpful for everyone.
Yes.
Our main page on York University programs. So we can click here. We'll have undergraduate programs divided by category. So we have business, arts, interior design, and then the graduate, the Masters of Business Administration is the one that we have in person. So let's go for business, for example. When we click, we'll be able to see here on campus with specialization in accounting, on campus specialization in energy management, on campus general degree. So all on campus, these are the 5 specific BBAs program that we'll be offering. So let me take an example as this one. So if we are interested in Bachelor's of Business Administration, it is in Vancouver with a specialization in accounting. So this page will cover all the specific details about the BBA in accounting in British Columbia. When we have the intakes, which campus, the duration, then also shows the benefits of coming to study with us at York University, the professional designation. So when students study in a specific specialization, which professional designations they are going to be able to be qualified after they finish the program, career outcomes, where they can work after they finish, faculty, team members. So meet our Dr. Laura, who is our Dean of Business in Vancouver. Some of the faculty that will be teaching there. Admissions requirements for international students. How to apply, language requirements. So if we click here, all the steps, and then submit to us by email. English requirements, all the types of English certificates that we receive with a specific score that is necessary for everyone. The options that we have here. Tuition, very important fact about tuition is the tuition here. It's going to show what is going to be right now with the reduction of the 24,000 bursaries. So you'll be able to see this as well as your students. And then we have per term, how much is going to be for the terms that they are coming to study, the credits that they're going to be studying. So to complete 120 credits, they'll be paying 5,900 per term, completing 59,000 in 2.5 years. So everything about the BBA program can be listed here. And if I go back and then I choose interior design, we will have the same on campus, online. And when we go for the MBA, we also will have the same on campus, online. So there is always the option there under the programs that we are looking for. I hope that clarifies.
Brilliant. And I just shared the link to the master's programs and all of its requirements with one of our questions. Let's take the next one from Torialai. They're asking, what services does the IRCC consultant or the university's international student team provide us to support international students? Please do mention 3 types of supports that they offer.
Very important question. So as I said, we are here to support the students. So what will happen is, before the students apply for their study permit, we have our IAIS team. So they are our immigration specialist team, IRCC in-house that we have. So they will connect with the students and they will just guide and explain the students what it is to apply for a study permit, what is the requirement as an international student. When they look at the website, what does that mean, those forms? How do they complete those forms? What are the documents necessary? They don't apply on behalf of any student. They just guide the students and explain what is the requirement, which is the study permit application, how they apply with the documents that is necessary. If the students need any support in terms of having their SOP, having a second reading so that they can see if everything is covering, if there is any insights that could enhance their files as well, they can ask for that support. That's the only support that we give, but we don't apply any study permit on behalf of the student. That is on the student and that is on our partners. If our partners also want to take the meeting with the students, they just need to let us know and they will be invited to the meeting as well. So it's just guidance, nothing else. It's just letting the students understand what is the requirement as an international student.
Perfect. I think another set of eyes always helps when it comes to such an important and crucial step, and we're happy that you are here to support our students. With that, let's take the next question. How does it matter if we have not taken up GMAT at all? Do you want to take this?
So let's understand first our admissions requirement. So the admissions requirements for the MBA, I understand sometimes our partners are saying is a little bit different from other institutions. And it is. And the reason for that is we've been pioneer on master's program, and we have a very good delivery and feedback and support from the government on the master's programs that we deliver. To continue with the quality of the students in the program, the requirements have to match that specific expectation. So students who are coming without a business background and they haven't achieved the minimum 3.0 CGPA in a scale of 4.0, so then the students are encouraged to take the GMAT. And I would like us to think about the GMAT in a very positive way. It's not a burn for them. It's something positive that allows them to professionally develop specific skills that they will be using throughout the program and even later on when they are acting on the market. So the GMAT and the GRE prepares the students for that with specific mathematical, critical thinking requirements that allows them to be stronger on that as they couldn't provide and be successful on their previous studies. So the GMAT, it is an academic requirement. As being an academic requirement, it is required for them to fulfill in case their CGPA was lower than the minimum requirement. So that's why it is essential for the MBA program if they have a lower CGPA.
Beautiful, wonderfully answered. And I think, Deki, that should be something that you can, and of course, if you are a little worried about whether or not the student needs a GMAT in the first place, you can always reach out to any one of us, and we have a pre-assessment that we can do. Whether or not the student needs a GMAT is definitely a point that we can discuss about offline, because every case is unique. But in any case, as Juliana mentioned, a GMAT would be a really good refresher for the student to align themselves with the MBA. So hope that answers your question. Onwards with the next one. Yes, you're welcome, Deki. How about the placement or co-op opportunities for students in the bachelor and MBA programs? Do we have direct connections with employers or any guaranteed work opportunities?
Mm-hmm. So I like this last sentence, guaranteed work opportunities. That's something that no one can guarantee. If anyone is guaranteeing you opportunities, of job placement. I'm sorry, that's not true. That cannot happen. What we do is we do support the students throughout career services. So since first day of classes, they will have all the information. They will be more than welcome to join the webinars, the sessions in person, to visit the office at the campus, to talk to the counselors who will prepare with them their resume, prepare mock interviews. When they find a position, they will also have some mock interviews on that for the students to be confident. So we develop all that confidence, prepare the students to take the next steps. We don't have a job placement because it's not part of our curriculum. Our BID program, however, at the end, the last term, they have an internship, which is part of the program, covering 120 hours, being some volunteer hours and some that is going to be work throughout the community on the interior design part. So then after that, they can graduate from the BID program. And we do have some networking that we will be providing them, but the students also are encouraged to find those opportunities. And all this next step, when it comes at certain points of the program, they are mature to understand how do they go about it? How do I go and search for jobs? How do I place myself? We see the students even becoming ambassadors throughout the program, becoming the peer mentoring assistants at the campus for the new students. And the way they talk, the way that they present themselves in events, in networking events that we have, it is amazing to see that transformation. They came really raw with that dream to stay in Canada. And after 3 intakes that they are taking with us in different programs, they mature so much. They get very prepared to understand how the market works. And that comes because our faculty is always working very closely with the students, pushing them over those limits so then they can develop, they can acquire knowledge, acquire experience without being exposed yet out of the program, but in the program. And then they feel confident enough to start taking those extra opportunities. And that's how they start being more successful. So if you go to our website, you will see a lot of testimonials from our students working very reputable specific industries here in Canada, where shows that our grads, they are making their mark from different programs that they take. And that's possible because of everything that we provide. So they come for York University community. And that's one thing that we are here for, not to get the student to come, finish a program, and then bye-bye, leave. We don't know what is happening. We want to follow them. We want to showcase what they are doing right now. We are always connecting with the students. We are always there to see how they are progressing, how they are getting better. So I think this is one of the reasons we don't need to have a co-op where students just fulfill 3 months of unpaid work. And it's usually very hard for them to find those co-ops. We want them to be ready to take the job and be successful in the position that they are looking for. I think that's why we are a little bit different on that specific part.
I love that answer, Juliana. I think what we can definitely guarantee is a wonderful student experience starting right from the application. And as Juliana mentioned, I've linked in this link for all of you because international students, they need a lot of support. There's no denying that. And Yorkville is ready to provide that. So if you would like, you can absolutely go through this website, see where our graduates are working. And the fact that they're able to work here proves that the program is well aligned with the requirements of the industry. And do go through our testimonials. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I think we have one more question that I'm just going to open. Okay. Can we openly market each program on social media, or are there compliance matters as to what we should consider?
Loved that question. So we have some compliance matters, and that will be how we use York University logo. If you don't have access to our marketing warehouse specific folder that has all the specifications of the logos that we use in social media, logos that we use in campaigns, logos that we use on the website, please send me an email. So I'm going to put my email here one more time. Anyone who doesn't have access to that, send me a message. I'll make sure that I will give you the access. So then you have all the logos, specific guidelines, how to use in each platform. So then after that, you are free to market any programs the best way you want it. If you want us to do a short video for you, we can do on Zoom, we can send it to you. So just let us know how we can support you on that. And I love that we're thinking about this.
Yes, very important question indeed, Juliana. I think Toriel Lai has already provided their email and I forwarded it to Patricia on the chat. So that's great. One thing done. And I believe the second question is also on similar lines. Will Yorkville provide a dedicated promotional material for agents and partners to market the new MBA updates effectively? So I think you kind of answered that, but do you want to say anything about this?
Let me see if I can just put it here, some of our new materials that we have now, if you have not received. So just give me 1 second. We have a new trifold flyer. Everything is on our marketing share house. So for all of those who have access, you have access to that. In case you don't, send me an email. I'll grant you the access. Just give me 1 second.
Of course. And as Juliana is sharing, please do feel free to share with us your email ID so that we can give you access to this marketing warehouse, which is a one-stop shop for all of our updates, promotional materials, videos that you can easily use. So that's that. And I have one more question here from an anonymous attendee regarding the CAD $500 bonus for 3 tuition deposits. Is this incentive applied per student or is it based on the total deposits made by the partner?
So it is based on the tuition deposit that is coming for the student from the partner. So let's say you have 3 students now, 2 for BBA program, 1 for master's program, and then they paid the tuition deposit before October 31st, then you were qualified for that.
Good, great. So I think the question and answers are kind of ebbing because we've had so many wonderful interactions. I just want to request if there are any open questions, please let us know. In case there are any that you think about afterwards, you can always feel free to reach anybody from this screen that you are in touch with. So no more questions, at least from this side, Juliana.
So I will just quickly share my screen for us to walk through the MBA pathways and then the MBA admission. So then we can, as we were discussing, some of you had questions on that. Just give me 1 second. So Jade, would you like to cover the admissions pathway for the MBA program?
Yes, of course. Thank you so much, Juliana and Shreya. So we do have 2 different pathways for our MBA programs, and we are open for students with a non-business background and also a business background, as what we have mentioned before. So for the non-business background MBA, non-business standard progression MBA, we have 15 courses divided into 5 different terms for 20 months, with a foundation courses starting from term 1. And if students does from a business background, we allow the students to be admitted into the advanced standing progressions with 12 courses divided into 4 terms and finishing in 60 months. Both of the track is eligible for applying up to 3 years post-graduation work permit.
And then the admissions requirements, we can quickly cover that.
Yes, for the admission checklist, how do we get in this fabulous program? So firstly, it's the application form that we would request students to have the general information about themselves, and also the application fee of regular 150 Canadian dollars. But in the cases that most of the attendees today are our collaborations partners, we will waive that for your applicants. The second one is for the identification, is a copy of the valid passport. And for the academic side, we will request students to have a bachelor's degree transcript with a ledger and also with a cumulative GPA of 3 out of 4 or 4.3 scale. We will also request it for the letter of intent, which intended the purpose of students applying with 700 to 1,000 words. More than that, a CV detailing the educational experiences and also the qualifications. If students English is not their native language, we will request a proof of English language proficiency test, which we will cover the details in the next page. And once students meet our admission criteria and receiving the preliminary letter of acceptance, they will need to submit 2 letters of references through the PLA on an online link. If maybe the student's GPA is not meeting the 3 out of 4 scale, while their CGPA maybe is between 2.5 to 2.99, then they could provide a valid GMAT score for over 550 for higher to meet our eligibility of the admissions. And this part, we will talk about the English proficiency test for those students who is not using English as their native speaking language. So usually for the master program, we will request it, for example, IELTS, overall score for over 7.0 and each band over 6.5, and all the other equivalents we accepted are TOEFL, PTE, Duolingo, and also we do accept CLB test. We will also request that the Yorkville applicants for a tuition deposit of 5,000 Canadian dollars for the MBA, and the rest of the payment can be installed in a payment plan by monthly or by termly to pay.
Thank you, Jade. I will quickly go here because some of you were asking about the MBA investment. So with students coming without a business background, there is an investment of 37,250 after bursaries are applied. And the students with a business background, they will be paying 29,800. So we can also connect with you individually if you have any questions, and then we can walk you through any other details on the MBA. What I will also do, I'm just going to put it here for us, the MBA application. Sorry, Shreya, I'm just going to send this. So the application, and also we have a letter of intent in a template to help the students with what to write on the letter of interest and how to create their CV. So the templates are there as well that it can be shared with the students to guide them better on their package. And we can do a pre-assessment. We check everything, see what it's missing, connect with you, and make sure that your student is having the support necessary for them to be accepted into the MBA program, okay? So I don't think we have any other questions left. We are almost running on time to finish our session. I really want to thank you, each one of you, for being here today, for being part of this amazing incentive and collaboration that we have. If you have any questions in terms of commission, Patricia has shared her email, send her a message. If you want us to work together in any specific events that you are planning to do, send us a message, and we are going to be able to continue our engagement and collaboration to bring more students to study at Yorkville University and Toronto Film School as well, in case you have any creative student there. Okay, so thank you so much. It was a pleasure having you all here. If you have any other questions or anything that we can do, send us a message. We are always here to support you all. Have a great evening, morning, afternoon, and talk to you shortly. Bye, everyone.